The whisper of legends in the far reaches of the Nebulan galaxy. The alien fleet of Commander Zorak floated silently among the stars, their metallic ships gleaming under distant suns. Zorak had heard stories from ancient archives, whispers of a race called humans, a people so clever and fierce that they could defeat entire civilizations. Yet most aliens dismissed these tales as myths, fairy stories told to scare young cadets. Zorak himself had never seen a human, and he often laughed at the idea that such beings could exist. On the bridge of his flagship, Zorak paced slowly, his eyes scanning the holographic star map. "Another signal," said Tavor, his young scientist, pointing to a small blinking dot near the outer rim. "It doesn't match anything we know." The dot moved erratically, faster than any known warp engines. Zorak frowned. "Could it be another rogue fleet?" he asked, his voice calm but alert. Tavor shook his head. "No, Commander. It behaves like nothing we have ever seen. It almost thinks on its own." The crew murmured nervously, their antennas twitching in anxiety. Zorak turned sharply. "Focus on tracking it. Prepare defense protocols, even if it is a myth. We cannot risk an attack without knowing what it is." Yet deep inside, a small part of him wondered, could the legends be true? Could humans actually exist somewhere beyond the known galaxies? As the alien fleet approached the source of the signal, tension filled every corridor. The stars outside the viewports seemed to stretch and warp strangely. A sense of unease settled over the entire crew. Commander Tavor said quietly, "The signal is multiplying. There are now 5 more dots, all moving in perfect formation." Zorak's eyes widened slightly. He had expected scouts or probes, not coordinated movement. "Prepare for unknown contact. Shields up. Weapons on standby," he ordered. Hours passed in silence. Only the faint hum of the ship's engines and the soft chatter of the crew broke the quiet. Then suddenly, the sensors screamed an alert. Unidentified fleet approaching at incredible speed. Tavor's voice trembled. "They're here." Zorak stood tall, his heart beating faster than normal. He had always believed humans were legends, stories for children, yet here they were, real and unstoppable. The ships appeared as shadows against the distant stars, sleek and unlike anything the aliens had built. Their surfaces shimmered, reflecting the light of nearby stars in colors no one had names for. The alien crew gasped. "Impossible," muttered one of the lieutenants. These are human ships." Zorak's mind raced. He could feel the weight of history. The myths of humanity had come alive before his eyes. The human ships moved with purpose, silent and deadly. They didn't scatter or hesitate. They aligned in perfect formations that seemed almost like a dance. Zorak realized that these were not random explorers. These were warriors, veterans of battles no alien could imagine. Yet still, there was something more. Intelligence behind every move, strategy woven into every maneuver. Tavor leaned closer, whispering, "They are thinking faster than we can." "Commander." For the first time, Zorak felt fear, not for himself, but for his fleet, for the countless aliens who had laughed at the legends. He had underestimated humans, he had mocked them, and now the legends were real, more powerful than anyone had imagined. The whisper of legends had grown into a storm, and soon, every alien would know the truth about humanity. As the human ships drew closer, Zorak tightened his grip on the railing, his voice low but steady. "Prepare for first contact. This is no fairy tale. This is real, and we are about to face the humans." The stars seemed to watch silently, as if waiting for the story to unfold, a story that would change the galaxy forever. First contact, the alien fleet drifted cautiously, their sensors scanning every inch of space. The unknown ships moved with speed and precision that made even the most experienced officers uneasy. Zorak studied the approaching silhouettes, their shapes unfamiliar, yet strangely elegant. "They are not scattering," he said quietly. "They are coming straight at us." Tavor shook his head. "Commander, they move like predators, every move calculated. It's not random at all." The alien crew exchanged nervous glances. Some whispered that humans were just legends, but no one could deny the strange feeling of danger pressing on their minds. The ships were larger than scouts but smaller than full warships, and their weapons glimmered with a power the aliens could not identify. Suddenly, the humans vanished from the sensors, leaving empty space where they had just been. Alarms blared as the aliens tried to track them. "How is that possible?" muttered one officer. "They just disappeared." Tavor frowned, analyzing the data. They are using some kind of cloaking or faster-than-light trick. Commander, no known alien technology can do this. Zorak's heart pounded. He had faced dangerous enemies before, but nothing like this. Focus on re-establishing contact. Do not panic. They may be testing us, he said firmly. Yet his voice betrayed a hint of worry. The humans reappeared seconds later, now surrounding the alien fleet, their movements precise, almost like a deadly net tightening around the prey. The alien weapons systems powered up, beams of energy glowing along the ship's edges. Yet, as they fired, the human ships shifted instantly, dodging attacks with impossible speed. Commander, they are predicting our actions, Tavor said, voice shaking. It's like they can see into our strategy before we even think it. One of the lieutenants muttered, legends don't do this, myths don't fight back, but they are real, and they are here. Zorak clenched his fists, realizing that his fleet was no match in reflex or strategy. Hold your positions, do not engage recklessly. Observe their behavior, learn from them, he ordered. Though every fiber of his being knew that observation alone might not save them, the humans were more than just warriors. They were intelligent tacticians, reading the alien moves, adapting faster than the aliens could respond. Tavor zoomed in on the holographic display, showing formations shifting in ways no one had taught. Commander, they are using formations from old Earth legends, ancient human tactics that should not exist. Yet here they are. Zorak swallowed hard. The realization hit him. Humans were not only real, but they were skilled beyond imagination. Their reputation was not exaggeration, it was understatement. One human ship broke away from the formation, approaching Zorak's flagship directly. Communication channels opened. A calm, clear voice echoed through the alien fleet. We mean no harm unless attacked. We are explorers and defenders of our territories. Yet we will respond if provoked. Zorak felt a strange mix of relief and tension. He had expected aggression, but the humans spoke with authority and control. The alien officers looked at each other, disbelief written on their faces. A race they considered myths now stood before them, commanding respect and fear at the same time. Prepare for possible negotiation, but stay alert, Zorak ordered. Humans are no stories, they are reality, and their power is far greater than we imagined. As the alien fleet adjusted, trying to understand the humans' motives, the message was clear across the galaxy. Legends were walking among the stars, and every alien civilization would soon learn the truth. For humans were here, they were real, and they were unstoppable. The tension in the Nebulan galaxy reached its peak as human and alien fleets faced each other. The stars around them glimmered, reflecting off countless metal hulls. Zorak's fingers tightened on the railing, every instinct screaming that this would not be a normal encounter. The humans, silent and composed, held their positions with confidence that unsettled even the bravest alien officers. Without warning, the first beams of energy shot across the void. Alien ships fired in anger and fear, but the humans moved with impossible speed, dodging and weaving as if the laws of physics were theirs to bend. Tavor's voice trembled over the intercom. Commander, they are predicting our attack patterns. Every shot misses. They are reading our moves. The alien fleet faltered, some ships colliding as they tried to avoid both the humans and each other. Panic spread among the ranks. Zorak raised his voice. Focus. Keep formation. Do not lose discipline. Yet even as he spoke, a smaller human ship darted close, striking an energy generator on an alien cruiser, sending sparks and alarms everywhere. Lyra, the human captain, watched the alien fleet through her command viewport.com and calculating. Maintain formation, hit weak points only. Do not overextend, she instructed, her voice steady. Remember, our goal is control, not destruction. Show them our strength, but not our rage. Her officers nodded, executing maneuvers that were precise, elegant, and deadly. The aliens tried to respond with larger energy blasts, hoping sheer firepower would overwhelm the humans. But it was no use. The humans anticipated each attack, their ships moving in ways that seemed impossible. Shadows leaped across space, disappearing and reappearing, each strike landing exactly where it needed to. Tavor whispered, "They are not just fighting. Commander, they are teaching us how weak we are." Zorak's mind raced. He had led fleets into war countless times, yet never had he felt such helplessness. Humans were no longer myths. They were legends made flesh. Every alien ship that tried to fight without strategy fell quickly, and those who hesitated risked being caught in a perfectly executed trap. The humans did not merely destroy, they controlled the battlefield, bending every move to their advantage. One alien officer shouted, "They are everywhere. We cannot escape." The humans had split into smaller units, surrounding groups of alien ships, yet they moved in harmony. Like dancers performing a deadly ballet, Zorak realized the truth of the old legends. Humans were not only strong, they were clever, adaptable, and fearless. Amid the chaos, a human ship fired a disabling beam at the alien flagship, not to destroy, but to warn. Zorak's shields glowed under the impact, but no damage was permanent. He understood the message immediately. Humans were here to test, to show strength, and to command respect, not through mindless aggression, but through skill, strategy, and confidence. Tavor's voice broke. "Commander, they are legends, not monsters, and they have proven it in just moments of battle." Zorak nodded silently, knowing the galaxy would never be the same. Aliens who had laughed at tales would now whisper the truth. Humans were not myths, they were real, and their power was beyond imagination. The first battle had ended, but the war for respect, for understanding, and for survival had just begun. The turning point, the battlefield, lay quiet for a moment. The alien fleet battered and confused, while the humans hovered in perfect formation, their ships shimmering with strange energy. Zorak's crew struggled to regain control, every sensor showing anomalies they could not explain. Tavor studied the displays, his antennae twitching nervously. "Commander, their shields, they are adapting to every weapon we fire. Our strongest energy beams are barely scratching them." Zorak clenched his fists, his mind racing. He had faced countless enemies, but never one that seemed to learn faster than his own tactics. "We cannot fight like this," he admitted quietly. "We need to understand them before we lose everything." Some officers murmured surrender, but Zorak refused to yield. He had always believed in the strength of his fleet, yet the humans were showing that strength alone was not enough. Suddenly, human ships fired a series of precise disabling beams, targeting key weapons and engines without destroying the hulls. The aliens watched in awe as their ships were immobilized but intact. A message became clear. Humans were not here to annihilate. They were teaching, testing, and warning. Lyra's calm voice echoed across communication channels. "We fight to protect, not to destroy. Aliens must see reason before it is too late." Tavor gasped, "Commander, they are showing mercy, yet they hold total control. They could destroy us if they wanted, but they choose not to." Zorak nodded slowly, realizing the power of intelligence over brute force. The humans were masters of both strategy and morality. Their actions demanded respect rather than fear alone. The alien fleet split in confusion. Some ships tried to flee, others attempted desperate attacks, but every move was anticipated. Each human maneuver countered perfectly. Zorak barked orders, trying to salvage the battle, but he knew the tide had changed. The humans had the upper hand, yet they used it with purpose, not recklessness. One human ship approached Zorak's flagship, energy shields glowing. A human officer appeared on the main screen, her calm eyes meeting Zorak's gaze. "We do not seek war unless provoked, but we cannot allow ignorance to spread," she said. "Your fleet must learn that legends are real, and underestimating them has consequences." The words struck Zorak deeply. He had underestimated humans, and now he understood the cost of arrogance. Zorak turned to Tavor, whispering, "We cannot fight them on equal terms. We must adapt, learn from them, or we will lose everything." Tavor nodded, overwhelmed by the realization that humans were not just warriors, but teachers. Their strength came from knowledge, planning, and discipline, not just firepower. As the humans repositioned their fleet, the aliens could feel the shift in control. The humans dominated without destroying, guided without threatening. Zorak's mind raced, plotting how to salvage honor and safety for his people. He realized that surrender was not weakness, but wisdom if it ensured survival. The humans had shown that intelligence and strategy were far stronger than raw strength. Lyra's voice echoed again, calm and clear. "We hope this encounter opens your eyes. Aliens of Nebulon, humans are not myths. We are real, and we expect respect, but we also offer guidance if you are willing to learn." The message resonated across the fleet, a mixture of awe, fear, and admiration spreading among the crews. The turning point had come. The aliens understood that this battle was not just about ships and weapons. It was about respect, intelligence, and recognition. The humans had proven their legend. and now it was up to the aliens to decide whether to fight blindly or accept the lesson. The galaxy was changing, and no one would forget the humans who had appeared from legend into reality. Legend proved in the aftermath of the battle hung heavy in the void. Alien ships drifted silently, many damaged but still intact, their crews shaken. Zorak stood on the bridge of his flagship, staring at the human formation, perfectly aligned and calm. The humans did not celebrate, they did not boast, yet every move they made spoke of control, power, and intelligence. Lyra's voice came across the communication channels, clear and commanding. "We have shown our strength. Aliens of Nebulan, our goal is not conquest, but recognition. Legends are real, and we hope this lesson is remembered." Her words echoed through every ship, a mixture of awe, respect, and fear spreading among the alien crews. Zorak's mind raced. He had always believed humans were myths, stories told to inspire or frighten. Yet now he understood the truth. Humans were real, and their power was beyond anything he had imagined. Even his own fleet, once proud and fearless, now felt small in comparison. Tavor whispered, "Commander, they have outsmarted us at every turn, not just with weapons, but with strategy. They are truly legends." The alien fleet slowly regrouped, some ships moving toward the humans in cautious respect, others remaining wary, unsure if submission was wise. Zorak raised his voice, "Attention all units. Cease aggressive maneuvers, observe and learn. Humans are not to be underestimated. They are stronger than any story could tell." His words carried both warning and newfound reverence. Meanwhile, the human ships began to rotate in formation, their shields glowing softly. Lyra addressed Zorak personally. "We offer peace if you choose wisdom, Commander. Continue hostility, and you risk everything. Choose understanding, and we can avoid unnecessary destruction." Zorak nodded, realizing that this was more than a battle. It was a lesson in intelligence, respect, and honor. The alien officers whispered among themselves. The old myths of humans seemed childish now, replaced by the undeniable truth of their existence. Every maneuver, every strategy, every calm command had proven that humans were not only real, but extraordinary, capable of feats no alien civilization had imagined. Zorak turned to Tavor. "We have underestimated them for centuries. Tavor, we must change. We must learn from this encounter. Humans are not stories, they are reality, and we must respect that." Tavor nodded solemnly, the young scientist realizing that the galaxy itself had shifted in a single encounter. As the humans slowly departed, leaving the Nebulan galaxy with their legend intact, the alien fleet watched in silence, hearts heavy with awe and minds full of questions. The whispers of legends were no longer just tales for children. They were history, alive and breathing in the form of humans. Lyra's last words over the intercom lingered in every mind. "Remember this day, aliens of Nebulan. Humanity is not a myth. We are real, and we will always rise to protect what is ours. The galaxy will never forget the truth of humans." With that, the human fleet vanished into the stars, leaving behind a legacy far greater than any had imagined. Zorak looked at the stars, his voice quiet but firm. "The legends were real, stronger than we ever dreamed, and now the galaxy knows. Humans are not just stories, they are legends proven." A new chapter had begun, one where humans were no longer myths, but a reality that would shape the course of every civilization they touched.